Hey Pisces, welcome to your November 2019 Rune and Tarot reading, and welcome to my channel, Change Spider Tarot. I am first going to talk with you about what I saw in the runes, and then we're going to flip the camera down and take a look at some tarot and some oracle cards to try to get some clarification, insight. We'll see where the cards lead us, okay? So a few things that I want to point out for you in the rune casting was that your runes really scattered, like more than they usually do for me. And you actually probably saw my hands in there trying to kind of like, and having to move the cloth so that I could get them all in frame. So I had to kind of nudge a little bit, right? So I can kind of get them in picture. And so you definitely saw me doing that, or you're watching me do it now as you're watching the little inset picture there. But importantly for your casting, aside that I just wanted to make, in case that means anything to you, your runes did just kind of scatter, okay? The runes that were closest to you are the death, poison, and the possessions runes, and I will interpret this for you in a moment, but I did want to kind of call those three out. Those are the ones that were closest to you: death, poison, and possessions. Isolated from you was the comfort rune, so it's kind of way off on the side by itself. And then kind of farthest from you is the man and the gifts rune. They're just kind of like basically opposite of the rune that represents you, which is that black rock with the Q on it, okay? Where do I want to start? I'm looking at my notes. All right, so what I got, especially from the death, the poison, and the possessions rune, is that you are going through some kind of transformation, but it's different than, so if you watch the Scorpio reading for whatever reason, Scorpio is going through some kind of transformation too, but your transformation is a different variety. I believe that you, Pisces, are going through some kind of physical healing of some variety, where Scorpios was more of like a spiritual healing or a spiritual awakening, okay? And I have to give a disclaimer here, right? Because I am not a medical doctor. I am not diagnosing. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to replace. I'm not trying to anything. I'm just telling you what I saw in the runes, and then use your best judgment. If your gut is telling you something, maybe this reading, listening to this reading, will be validation for you to pay attention to what your gut is telling you about whatever. If you're going through a medical procedure, you're going through some kind of medical plan or treatment, or taking some kind of new medication or something to help with this healing, this physical healing that you're going through, okay? So like if your intuition is nagging at you, if something hasn't quite sat right with you, maybe this reading is your validation to check with your doctor and or get a second opinion, go to another medical professional to see what they think. All right, and so specifically, I wanted to point out that what I got from the way that your runes were laid out was that your healing, right? So this transformation that you're going through, this healing transformation that you're going through, may be getting thwarted, right, by someone's advice. I don't know. You know, if you have someone who's, I don't know, I'm not going to try to guess, I'm not going to try to make assumptions, but that's just kind of what came through, so I'm just going to stick with what came through, okay? Because I'm already kind of feeling a little uneasy about talking about something that has to do with anything medical, right? But that's what came through, so that's the message that I'm going to relay to you, okay? So your healing maybe being thwarted by someone in your environment, possibly someone giving you advice or talking to you or telling you to try or do or something. Or if it's not a person, then possibly a medication that you're on, a supplement that you're taking, some kind of food source that you're, may be thwarting your healing. So maybe kind of preventing you from fully healing properly, right? Sometimes there are interactions between certain foods and certain medicines. Sometimes the medicine isn't quite appropriate for us. And we need to talk with our doctor and say, hey, I don't know that this is working. Can we try something different? Can we try a different dosage? Something, right? That's what I was getting. Something is holding you back from fully healing physically, all right? And obviously this is a general reading. I can't possibly be picking up on, what every Pisces is going through. So this is clearly a little more on the specific side, but there's still some variety within this. So whatever this physical healing is could be different for many of you Pisces out there. And so please take what resonates, and again, consult with your medical professionals if this is the situation that you find yourself in. I also wrote down here, and I want to repeat that if you are seeing a medical professional and your intuition has been nagging you, please consider talking with them about what your concern is, what's possible, what's not sitting right with you, anything like that. All right, so if you haven't done anything about it, I would encourage you, based on this reading, to go ahead and talk to them about it, okay? The other thing that I would say is that man in the gifts rune that are kind of way off in the far away from you, that could very easily in this scenario represent the doctor and or the advice and the medicine, all right? So the man and the gift, like the advice, the medicine given to you by this medical professional. And then the poison, and I'm kind of giving you where I came up with this, right? So you don't think I'm just kind of pulling it out of thin air. That's kind of where I got this was. Then you had the poison and the possessions runes right close to each other. And that for me, in this, the way this all kind of laid out, could represent the actual treatment or the medicine that you've been prescribed, or the medicine that you've been taking, or, that kind of thing. So that is some of the logic, or some of kind of why I ended up with something like this for your rune casting. So I would love it if you would share with me in the comments if this resonated, how well it resonated, maybe the variations of you Pisces out there that may be dealing with something like this. I would appreciate you sharing with me in the comments and sharing with the community, how this message resonated with you or didn't resonate with you, okay? So that's the rune piece. So now we're gonna flip the camera down and we're gonna take a look at some tarot and some oracle cards to see what other information we can get for this, okay? So I will see you in a second. All right, Pisces, let's take a look at this energy that I'm tapped into, this physical healing type of energy, this physical transformation type of energy that I tapped into through the runes. So I'm going to use these magical spell cards to ground the tarot reading. I'll be interpreting this as an oracle to just kind of get a feel, an understanding around what the energy is surrounding this physical healing or this physical transformation. What does that look like for Pisces, sun, moon, and rising signs? What does that look like for Pisces? What is this physical change or healing? What does that look like? Study. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. That is really interesting. Let's see how that. I'm not even going to try to interpret that right now. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see what we get from the tarot, and then I'll see kind of where that ties in. Actually, I did just get a hit, so I'll share it with you, and then we'll see what the tarot says. But what I'm getting, so when we talked about your runes, we talked about possibly, you know, if your intuition is nagging you about, you know, whatever this physical thing is that you're going through, to kind of listen to that and to talk to your medical professional about that. You may also, maybe the oracle here is encouraging you to kind of do your own research too, right? If you haven't, then the encouragement, I think, is to go ahead and kind of look into it on your own, and then take what you find, take the research and the information that you have to your doctor and discuss those kind of medical facts with them, to get, you know, to kind of get their opinion on what's going on. The flip side of that is, if you have been researching whatever this particular thing is that you're going through, then it's validation that you're doing the right thing, and to keep going, right? To keep trusting your intuition, and to keep doing the work, keep doing the study, and keep trying to figure this out, right? Because our healing, whether it's spiritual or physical, we have to be active participants in our healing. We have to be, right? And so this, I think the suggestion here is for you to continue to be an active participant in your healing. And sometimes that means doing our own research and taking those ideas to our doctor and talking about it with them, okay? So let's take a look at the tarot and see what is going on here physically. What is this thing that Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs are dealing with? What is this healing and transformation that they're dealing with? Let's get some validation for them. What does that look like for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs? The Lovers. I saw the Ace of Cups when I was shuffling too. It kind of wanted to flip out, so there's validation there for the Ace of Cups. And the Tower, talk about transformation. Well, Pisces, the obvious thing to say here is that this transformation and this physical change has to do with a relationship. That's kind of like the obvi. But that this relationship completely, you know, kind of changed your life and changed your, this is a, and it happened, you know, it's something that happened very quickly for you. And I'm going to get some more cards to get some more clarity here, because the first thing that I got when I turned this card over was the word integration came to me. So if I'm going to stick with what the runes showed me, and I'm going to trust that for the Pisces that I'm tapped into, that this physical thing that you're dealing with may very well be heart related, coupled with the Tower card, something like a heart attack, or something to do with your circulatory system or your heart. I usually don't do this, okay? So this is validation. I'm not telling you that something is going to happen. This only applies for those of you who have already been going through some kind of physical healing, all right? So please don't give me messages about that I'm trying to do doctor, or I'm not trying to scare anybody. This is only applies, this is valid. These cards are for validation. I asked for validation for this physical healing. And so for the Pisces that I'm tapped into, this has to do with what I'm seeing here is the heart. And if I interpret the Lovers as integration, then I am going to reinterpret this as it required some surgery. So bypass, a pacemaker, some kind of surgery was required after this sudden, illness that happened. This was something that happened. It was not something that you saw coming. It happened, and you're dealing with or recovering from this thing that happened. And based on these cards, I think it has to do with the heart or circulatory system. Okay. I really didn't necessarily want to do medical readings, but I have to say what I see. So I'm saying it, even though I'm a little apprehensive about it, Pisces. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, all right. So let's get a little more validation. So where is Pisces now energetically in their healing process? Where are they now? Or let's start there. Where are they now in their healing process? Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Where are they now? This is the Seven of Pentacles, which would be an appropriate healing energy. Where is Pisces now in their healing process? Where are they now? King of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. All right, Pisces, I'm going to tie this study card into the King of Swords, which is the way that you are approaching your healing and your recovery. You're taking a very logical, methodical approach to your healing and your recovery. That might include, keeping your emotions out of it, and it may include you doing research on healing techniques and how you can heal most quickly and keep yourself healthy. You're definitely, it's something that you're actively, which is, kudos to you. I want to applaud for you that you are definitely putting in the work to be an active participant in your healing. So that's beautiful to see. And that you are very likely cutting out any excesses in your life. You are going forward going to be much more particular about what you eat, how you exercise, who you let into your life, managing your stress. This is a card of someone who is very discerning and particular about keeping everything that he or she has worked for in, as pristine as possible, right? Someone who wants to keep what they have and be very particular not to let the insects and the rodents and the whatever in that might spoil what they have and what they are working toward and what they have built. All right, so looks to me like you are on a pretty awesome path to recovery, Pisces. So before we look at a animal spirit oracle to give you a kind of a parting message of inspiration, let's take a look at, so now that Pisces is on this active path to healing and recovery, where will this lead them in the next, let's say 3 to 6 months? What will this look like? What will their healing and their recovery look like in the next 3 to 6 months for Pisces? Sun, moon, and rising signs, please. What will this look like for Pisces in the next 3 to 6 months? This healing and this recovery. Okay. All right. 7 of Wands. You're a fighter, Pisces. We're not just gonna roll over and give up. You're gonna keep at it, right? You're gonna keep at it. The 8 of Cups, also very nice. You are actively going to disengage and pull away and cut out the things in your life that are no longer serving your health, your recovery, and your best interests. And here we have some, this is kind of beautiful because, what I got from the Lover's card in this reading was a sense of integration for, I think, for your body. And here, almost kind of like a variation of the Lovers, can be interpreted as the 2 of Cups, and things, and these two people, these two were like reaching toward each other, for each other, looking for balance and integration with each other. And here they found it, right? They're about to share their cups. They're about to stare into each other's eyes. And so I'm speaking metaphorically, obviously, about your body. But I see this as, all of this work that you're doing now and that you will continue to do to actively work toward your healing. And specifically, I'm getting your heart healing. I'm getting strong for pacemaker from here too. That your body's going to integrate. Your body's going to you will have a successful integration of whatever it was that you had done, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, heal, and kind of bring together for yourself, that it will be successful and you will be in a very healthy and happy place in the next 3 to 6 months. All right. And of course, as these things go, it's not going to be without challenges, right? But that's part of life, right? That is just part of it. But you are successfully going to navigate this, Pisces, and this looks really, really encouraging. So let's take a look at an animal spirit oracle to get you a final parting message, okay? Ooh, that was my elbow. All right. So what final parting message of inspiration can we give to Pisces, Sun, Moon, and rising signs related to this healing and this transformation for Pisces? What healing message can we give to Pisces? Gosh, I was about to pull that like a tarot. I had to stop myself. I was about to pull that like I do my tarot cards. Yay! So cute. Pig spirit, use your mind wisely. You know, I'm gonna put this down here for a second. I really think that the encouragement here, oh wow, look at what's happening to my clear nail polish, it's chipping away. I really think what this is encouraging is for you to continue to, at least for now, while you're going through this recovery process, I think it's confirmation and encouragement for you to continue to be in this King of Swords energy, where you are really actively participating and looking for avenues and seeking avenues for healing and restoration and finding different ways and different strategies to be able to cope and recover and integrate new ways of being and new ways of doing into your life. That might include, you know, new modalities of healing that you hadn't tried, like Reiki or acupuncture or things like that, right? Maybe Tai Chi, because it's very calming and soothing and it's not too hard on physically on the body, but it's great for, you know, keeping our joints lubricated and like these types of things, right? So like, I think this is a confirmation and a reinforcement for you, Pisces, to really keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keeping smart about the way that you approach your healing and recovery, and continue to be an active participant. And I like the way this reading laid out, because some people could fall into a trap of like, why did this happen to me? You know, I can't believe this happened to me, because that's what I'm getting here, that this was a very unexpected type of thing, right? So some people could fall into that mindset and that mind trap of like, why did this happen to me, and feeling sorry for themselves. I don't see any of that shit here, all right, Pisces? So again, if this is your story and this is how you've been handling the situation, big kudos to you, because you, there is no feeling sorry for myself here. There is no, you are just like heads down. I am going to figure this out. This is not going to happen to me again. I am going to do everything that I need to do to figure out what the best course of action is for me. And I love it. Like, I really, really love that you are in this energy with something that was probably very dramatic and, you know, very surprising and very difficult to deal with, and probably pretty damn scary too, you know? So I hope you found that messages helpful, Pisces, and I wish you well in your recovery, and I hope to see you around soon, okay? Thanks, take care, bye-bye.